Hey everyone, this is my Patreon pod reaction to the 9th episode of Kanata no Astra. And last episode was a bit of a doozy. We rescued successfully Paulina. She's now a wonderful, valued member of our team. Now, unfortunately, she couldn't give us much useful information because she does have that sort of plot-convenient type of amnesia that's pretty common, you know? So that's a bit of a good downer, but still our friend, just a part of our group. And she knows some stuff. I mean, we got to unlock some of it later on, but she gave us a little bit. We know just from 12 years ago. We know from the one scene in the nurse's office with Yunhua that something big kind of happened between then and now, but you can't quite remember the details of it. Probably very important, probably very connected to all this DNA, cloning, memory, science, shingamabobs. Probably all connected in some way. So I'm sure we'll unlock that when the time is right. But as far as the biggest reveal, it would be the fact that Kitori and Funi are the same person, which I took to mean as like clones, like either Funi's a clone or they're both clones. Either way, that's a pretty big deal because, you know, if they're both clones, where's the original? Are they all clones? There's a lot that I'm wondering right now. I mean, it is pretty big leap to go from one of them's probably a clone to literally all of them are, but we did kind of talk about what connects them, and that seems like a pretty important characteristic, being a clone, so that certainly could be the connection they all share. But there's still much to be unraveled, I'm sure. I'm sure there's still plenty of things to reveal. The show's pretty good at kind of just feeding that to us as we go, so I'm sure we'll get more cool reveals going forward. And I am certainly interested to see where that goes, so let's just get into it and see what new answers or new questions we might unravel this episode. So, 3, 2, 1, play. There's a flashback. Yeah, he did talk about this going back because he felt the need for it. No matter what you want to do in life, being strong will always be an asset. Well, that's a smile. Perfect body. Yeah, like, I mean, his father doesn't seem to be too bad towards him. I mean, there was the drama of the force a dream on him and stuff like that, but compared to a lot of the others, it seems pretty positive. I mean, I know they don't set the bar very high. Revelation. Well, that's a big title. Like, importance-wise. It's kind of important, though, Kitori. Someone's excited. How are we gonna present this? What will she think of it? That's so cute. It's a complete match. It means you're the same person. They're all very unique, so if it's the same, that's very telling. Well, that's a response. Denial's a first reaction. Well, even more identical than that. I mean, even twins aren't exact. Yeah, also that's a big thing. Clone. There we go. The common element. We're all clones. We're really gonna say that right away. I consider that such a tinfoil hat theory that he just straight up said it so early on. I'm actually kind of really taken aback by that. But yeah, we got that mystery solved. Huh, wow. Wait. Are they saying... Are they... Are they saying they... I... Is he saying that the originals were the parents? Oh my god, that's... I was not ready for that. Oh my god. I actually got some serious chills. I really did not expect that one. Oh, that's terrifying. I'm really not sure how to process this. Jesus, that's where the memory thing comes into play, because they're gonna put their own memories in the new bodies. Oh my god, it all makes sense now. Oh, wow. Oh, uh, I can't believe they had it so early in the episode. It's hard to focus on the rest of it now. So much is explained now. Luca's original, just straight up saying it. Nefarious plot. Yeah, it's straight up. Yeah, I bet. Not very legal. Yeah, why'd you get two? Backup, wow. There's just so much wrong here. Yeah, you maybe forced me to kill a 10-year-old. How do you feel? This is straight up an evil council. We're not gonna get an opening? We might not. Jeez, the things these people are saying. Genome Control Act. Yeah, as we demonstrated. I guess it must be really inconvenient for you. Well, clones of just organs isn't too bad. Lost. Quotes. But what about the ship, though? I'll be right back. Also look at the screen, though. Well, it was a terrible plan. Probably a good idea. But just wow. We got so many answers here. Like, I mean, yeah, that's interesting request. I mean, if you can do it, why wouldn't you, I guess? Futanari is basically the ultimate form, like, without question. Man, those eyes are actually kind of terrifying. Yeah. Because they clearly didn't show much love to them. Yeah, that definitely makes so much sense now. That all makes so much sense. It makes so much sense I can hardly handle it. Training your clone. Oh God, this is horrible. This is just so horrible. It's gonna throw us away like garbage. Oh, geez, how deep does this go? Yeah, how does her mother fit into this? Was she the one that left the ship? Oh, geez, man. Don't say that. Uh... I almost want to cry. This is just so horrible. I couldn't even imagine. Just. Uh, uh, Kitori. Oh yeah, especially Fino. Like that's gotta be really bad for her. Uh, uh, that's it. That's it. That's something. I never expected this show to make me cry, honestly. Uh, I can't think of anything much worse than that. That's how we get back at them, by living. Oh, this music. Music's so good. Can't give up. That's what they want. I really just wasn't ready for any of this. I thought for sure them being clones would be the biggest reveal the show could possibly hit me with. I was wrong. I was so wrong. Yeah, adopted does have that benefit, I guess. Doesn't change what we have to do. Gotta enjoy this trip with our real family. Should be proud of that body. It's a masterpiece. Luca is Luca. He has to be. There was that. Runaway clone. I actually did watch a horror movie that had a bit of a similar concept. The idea of putting your mind into someone else's body as kind of a form of immortality. Oh god. It just really makes you recontextualize everything, doesn't it? But uh, we could have stopped a few. Could have stopped a few compliments ago, man. Let's not make it weird. So, Olga, do you got any thoughts on any of this? Because yeah, this is what the brother must have uncovered. Brother, quote unquote. Who even knows what that was? I mean, I'm definitely behind you on your revenge path now. Well, yeah, just a little bit surprised to hear that from you. Yeah, Rashkuned just applies to you too. So yeah, Ulgur definitely came into this group completely. How's Funi doing? I'm still really worried about her. That's a lot for a 10-year-old to take. Yeah, and that all makes sense now too. How dare you get attention before I have a chance to take your body? Just, oh god. Almost everything that didn't make sense before is just... It's all pretty clear. It's tragic. Just because... I mean, there's just so much I could say in the discussion portion. I really wish the reveal was closer to the end. Because I'm gonna forget what I wanted to say a lot. But yeah, her mother was just like, stay here in the shadow, don't do anything until I have a chance to take your body. That's basically what her attitude was. That is absolutely horrible. Is she a clone of someone? Actually, now that I think about it, Sarah might not necessarily be Arias. That could just be, she could be a clone of her. It just makes things more complicated. Uh, uh. Wow, Arias. She's pretty strong in her own way. There's Funi. How are you? I especially when I cry when I see a Funi. Because hers is just probably the worst. She's an extra clone. Like, just because the mother was greedy. Just so disgusting. Uh, 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 Funi is pretty impressive. Right, definitely has an effect. Uh, Definitely. What? Wait, what? What's happening? Oh, the marriage? Are they talking about that? Yeah, that's what they're talking about. Okay. I guess we could use a bit of lighthearted stuff after this emotional shotgun of an episode. Let me introduce you to my future wife over here. Or look at the look on Yunwa's face. She is so much bigger than her. I mean, do you count the childhood promise thing? How romantic. I'm glad we're having some loudness in the episode. I don't think I could take much more of that. It's sort of. It's hard to explain. It's always been on the back burner. Yeah, you were pretty obvious. I saw that, yeah. I know, right? I love how flustered Kitore has been just seeing. She's eating all this up. What is with the explosions, though? Luca's just dead. We've killed Luca. I mean, she's literal perfection. I don't know how you expect me to answer that question. I mean, yeah. Oh. Jesus, this title. It just keeps getting longer. Oh my god. Maybe... I think we got out of hand here. Oh, that's cute. Team is positive. I couldn't be this positive that quickly, but they're a strong group. That's how they've gotten this far. Still going to assume the ship was deliberately left by Arias' mother. Gonna roll with that. She obviously stood out from the rest of them. Home is sweet home, although it's a little bit less sweet now. So yeah, we're really just getting back already? Because man... yeah, I mean, there's been plenty of reasons to cry this episode. Yeah. So whose clone are you? Never did discover who the supposed infiltrator was, did we? Yeah. Are we gonna get some new information? Africa... Is one of my other theories true that we traveled through time when we went to that thing? Because it could be the wrong planet, but that's not how I took that. Oh. Wait, what? I mean, that's where we were going, right? Did we live on Earth? Or was that just an assumption I made? Wait. I'm confused. I I'm trying to remember the beginning of the show. Did they ever call it Earth? I can't remember. I don't know. I might be too. Yeah. What do you call that? Yeah. Astro. Uh, uh, Ast. That. That. I kind of forgot how words worked for a second. Just that was the 9th episode of Kanata no Astra, and I think the show's gonna kill me. I don't think I can handle this roller coaster much longer. I think I'm going to crash and die somewhere. Just I don't even know where to begin with this episode. The episode was called Revelation, and man, did that not disappoint on that front. Okay, man, just where do I even begin? Okay. So this episode, well, we confirmed the clone thing pretty quickly. Like, we jumped from one of them at least being a clone to we're all clones pretty quickly. More quicker than I expected. Like, when I said that initially, I legitimately thought that was kind of that best 50-50 thing. Like, maybe I'm jumping to conclusions, maybe, you know, she's a clone and we're all normal people. But no, they actually confirm we are all clones pretty quickly in the episode. And that should have been a signal, that should have been a hint that there would be a bigger reveal going on, because I know I spoke about it a decent amount in my discussion of last episode. The idea of the real person, because we got clones, you got a real person. So I had no idea what the deal was. Were we dealing with parents who lost their children and they made clones as a way to, you know, fix that hole in their hearts, but since they were never truly their children, they couldn't fully, like, connect with them. That was kind of my biggest theory. I don't know if I fully articulated that in the discussion, but that was kind of the theory I was running with. If I had to choose one to bet the horse, to put my money behind, that would have been the one, right? Because it sounds kind of plausible, right? But no, I was completely wrong. The originals were the parents. The original were the parents. Just, it all made sense. That one single reveal, it was almost like a masterful web where all the parts were not connected but close to it, and then you could just add one little dot, and then suddenly it's all connected into one coherent unit. That's kind of what it felt like, because so much made sense. Because at first, what the connection I thought they had was they were all unwanted children, because in the flashbacks, it was pretty clear the parents in general were pretty cold to them, pretty distant, pretty just either didn't care about them, maybe had some animosity towards them. We had Zach talking about how his father looked at him like he was a doll. Yeah, just mother never spending time with Kitori. Yunhua's mother just telling her, essentially trying to keep her in a bubble and not go do things, not trying to be a person because she didn't want her to be a person. Just, oh my god, so much makes sense. It's honestly crazy. So that's the thing. And it just, out of all the possible theories of what's happening here, I think that's probably the worst as far as just the tragedy of it. Like, just imagine you lived the first 16 years, I don't know how old these people are, years of your life, you know, thinking you were the child and that was your parents and they cared about you and they wanted to raise you into being a self-sufficient, you know, happy, productive member of society. Then one day you're just cast out into space. You don't know why. You don't know what's going on. You're just desperately trying to get home to your family. And then before you even can get that far, you realize that your entire life was a lie. You were just nothing more than a tool for them to prolong their own life. I can't think of anything much worse than that. Even just thinking about it again is almost getting me to tear up. Like, that's just somehow a lot worse than just trying to kill them off. Although that's still pretty bad, you know, just because their plans were messed up by the stupid DNA law that was passed that would out them as being clones. So they just cast away their supposed children, their failed science project out like garbage into space. Just, it's horrible. I don't know. I don't think I can truly articulate how messed up and how horrible that is in words, but that is just the worst. That is the absolute worst, especially Fune, who's just like 10 and has to deal with all that. And she was the extra. Like the freaking Kitoi mother just making 2 clones and having the one stay with someone else as just a backup. Just, it's so messed up. I can't, my vocabulary is failing me because I wish I could have a better word for just all of this, but man, it's just, I don't know. There's not really much more to say on it than that. It's just horrific. But the one positive is that they do have each other. They kind of became their own family together, and they can still get back home. They can still live life separated from their parents, quote unquote. And that's that. So we had this evil council meeting, and yeah, we have Luca's real father. I don't even know what you would call him exactly. But yeah, real father show up into the meeting room. And yeah, there's another question answered. Luca. Luca, the adopted one. And yeah, Luca, there was no accident in Luca's body. It was just her father's interest, preference, what you wanted. What he wanted is, I mean, I don't blame him. If you could have a Futanari body, you would definitely take that. So who exactly was a part of this meeting? We have Luca's real father. We have him. Who's the one with the mustache again? Not quite sure. Maybe Zach's father, I assume. No. Or I think that was Zach's father. I don't know. It's just people. That's definitely Kitore's mother. And that's, I think, is Kanata's father. So, yeah, maybe that was Ulger's father. I don't know, probably. But we haven't seen a lot of the parents in the show, okay, so I'm not sure. It doesn't matter too much. You know, that's the evil organization, so yeah, it doesn't seem like Arias' mother is a part of this, really. Of course, she might have just not shown up, because that's certainly a possibility. Because she's still on the flight, right? She was still a part of the trip, so we can safely assume everyone who was on the trip was intended to be gotten rid of. Like it was just the ship was just a big pile of garbage they sent out into space. So, but that's what really confuses me. Arias' mother, immediately when we first saw the group of parents discussing the incident, like before, like the rescue, like that was ever going to happen. When they're discussing that, Arias' mother immediately came across as noticeably different than the others, right? But it's a fact that Arias is still a part of this, so I'm not sure exactly what the deal is with that. Like, because I'm assuming she's got to be a part of this in some way, right? But I don't know much about her actual opinion on any of this, right? Like, she doesn't strike me as a type that would raise a girl just to be her future vessel. But I don't know. That's probably the biggest point of confusion right now is Arias' mother, the biggest wild card. I don't know what her deal is. I assume she left the ship there, because if she was a part of it and she was trying to do the right thing, sort of in her own way, then that would explain the ship being there. Because obviously, I think they implied that they kind of chose the coordinates for where it teleported them to, right? If that's the case, then yeah, the mother could definitely set up a ship there. But the ship... Oh wait, yeah. The ship, they commented on it that the ship wasn't capable of making it all the way home. So maybe Arias' mother did not want her to come back because of potential problems, but she also didn't want her to die a horrible death in space, so she gave her the ship so they could have they could have a life for themselves somewhere else. Maybe that's what it was. Like, are there other inhabited planets of people in the show? I don't know. Probably not. I don't know. I mean, technically, it didn't stop them from surviving. Even just going to wild planets, they still found food and stuff, so yeah, they could still survive, probably. But I don't know. That's the only thing I can imagine, because I'm still kind of stuck on that ship thing. That ship being there is too much of a coincidence to just be a coincidence, so that's kind of what I got out of that. Because it was a ship that worked. It's a ship that worked. A ship that was right where they landed, that worked. Those two things are big coincidences by themselves. A ship being there and the ship being functioning. Because a functioning ship would have people on it, right? A person wouldn't just drive a functioning ship, then abandon it and go somewhere else. Like, stay right here. I'll be back for you later. And then go do something else. It had to have been deliberately placed there. Right? Otherwise, where do people go? That's kind of a... So yeah, that's that. Man, this is probably the most speculation... It's been a long time since I watched this show that just lended itself so much to this level of speculation. But anyway, let's go back to the Evil Council meeting. I got a little bit sidetracked there. But they talked about the DNA thing, because that was brought up before. And yeah, of course, like, I wasn't a big fan of DNA checks, because that kind of throws a bit of a hammer in their plan to become clones, which is very illegal. So that did not work out for them at all. So they had to abandon it. So yeah, just they got the politician on their side just to all for this purpose, everything, it all connects. Rumor says finding illegal clones was actually one of the goals of the law. It makes me wonder, how common is this? Like, how common are illegal clones, I wonder? Because there are probably tons of uses for illegal clones, honestly. Some pretty dark. Yeah, secretly making clones for the organs. I actually misread that the first time and thought it said clones of the organs, because just making organ clones by themselves isn't a problem, but some organs you can't really do that with. You have to have a full body for them to survive properly, I think. And so yeah, it's not any better if that's the case. If it's just, yeah, no. Just looking at her. Yeah, I mean, it was pretty obvious, but they straight up explained here that they needed to be lost in space, where they could never come back. Because I don't think they mentioned the ship at all here. So, if they don't know about the ship, they would assume they're just dead. And then they talked about the orb here. If revealed to the public, it would cause quite a commotion. When was this thing even developed? So another mystery. Probably 12 years ago? I don't know. So they use a technology that they don't fully understand, right? It's kind of what I'm getting here. So that may have been part of the thing. Part of the reason for the... I don't know. Wait, so did they... I want to look at this closely. Did they specify, like, the location of where they would send them? I don't know if they mentioned that. Because it was right about here. Yeah, I don't think they mentioned anything about having control over where specifically it takes them. But maybe, who knows? Because if they can control the exact location somehow through this weird technology, then my mothership theory is possible. But we don't know. We don't know yet. There was just so much very sad revelations. Like, my father, he looked at me not for concern for his son, but concern for the body he wanted. Like, there was a lot of that kind of thing in the episode, and that just hurt every time I got that revelation. Like, this episode, if I could describe it as something, it would be like Death by 1,000 Needles and with depressing revelations. And like one big one. One big sword at the beginning of it. That's probably how I would describe it. And yeah, the father definitely makes sense now, like Kanata's father, because, I mean, parents wanting to live vicariously through their child, you know, have them succeed in things they failed at. That's not exactly super uncommon, like, it's a thing. But he kind of took that to the next level, to where it's so much worse, to where just straight up taking the life over. But yeah, once everyone learned about this, it got the atmosphere. It was really sad. Seeing, I mean, Kitori's cried before over things that were not this bad, so of course she's gonna cry over this, and she's certainly not the only one. It was rough, but we are a very positive crew. We're able to take it in stride. We are going to be our own family. We're going to go back to Earth. We're going to live our own lives. It'll be great. So, it's good that they didn't get too depressed over it. And we had the party with the stupid, ridiculously long name. Like, that was a pretty funny running joke. They just kept making it longer and longer. The episode did have some comedy, some lightheartedness to it, which I appreciate, because I think it would have broken otherwise. Getting some little bit of closeness from Sharsh over there. Yeah, even Olger's, you know, pretty. I'm kind of surprised just how much more a member of the group he is, you know. see, and yeah, the Yunhua thing, which that makes more sense because if you see her as nothing but a vessel, something that you will eventually enter, it essentially has no purpose until then, so you would keep it in, like, in a little bird cage, if you know, until it's time to use it. It's just so horrible. But just every sad family backstory that we've had throughout the show, it's just been completely recontextualized, and it makes so much more sense now. Then we have this Aria scene here. We definitely want to take another look at this one. So, is there anything I can pick out of this that was important? She's the most confused about this. Yeah, questions mother, whom I'm a clone of. Yeah, because she didn't really look much like her mother, did she? Like, again, we haven't seen much of the parents, but I don't think she looked too much like her. But, so they could be doing something where she's the clone of Sarah, rather than Sarah herself. But I do believe for when she says this here, the mother loves her, so there's probably some complicated family circumstances there, but I'm pretty sure that could be trusted because she seemingly cared about finding her. So I really don't know how she's involved in all this. Like, that's still the biggest mystery I want to answer at this point, is how is her mother involved in this? How much does she know? How much did she voluntarily be in a part of it? Because if she has a clone as her daughter, she's got to be part of it in some way, right? There's got to be something there. So I don't know. I definitely want, that's peak curiosity, is that thing right there. If I could choose one thing to have an answer to, it would be that. I would believe in love. Because yeah, I think we see the mother in the flashback here, which really does not look much like her at all. Yeah, definitely not at all. And that's another thing. Like, the parents do look a lot like their children, to the point where I probably should have suspected something, but, you know, that's... Parents always look a little bit like the children, especially in anime, where they can, you know, do that. So... And just Funi, like, I've already said everything I can say on that. At least they have each other. And then they did the marriage reveal. That was a pretty funny scene. That was great. Very bit of a mood shift, but I needed it. Let me introduce you to my fiance, Kitori. You may have heard of her. And yeah, just his emotions are really hard to read. But everyone had a very fun reaction to this. Luca just dead at some point. It was not much to say about it, but it was a crazy, amazing scene. The explosions, Kitori must have been pretty embarrassed and awkward through a lot of this. A lot of kias from Arius. Just great Kitori faces all around. I don't know, just kind of skimming through it now, it's still just really funny scene. And then this here, because we hadn't got enough reveals in the episode. We had one final one here. We had Paulina just kind of show up. And now, we're talking about going home, right? Because home is seemingly like right over there. A hop, skip, and a jump away. Which is cool. But there's a bit of a disconnect here. Because we saw the planet. We were both excited to see it. It apparently looks similar, you know. So she's very happy to go home, although she was in for a bit of a disappointment. When she takes a closer look at it, it's like, that continent, that's not supposed to be there. That kind of thing. So, first thing she says was, is this really Earth? I mean, is that Africa? Now, my first thought here was time travel, because, you know, sometimes in space science fiction kind of shows, you go through a wormhole of some sort, you travel forward in time or something, you know? And that's kind of what I thought we were going here. Like, we may have been hundreds of years in the future, and we're never going to see these supposed parents of ours ever again. That was my first thought. But I think that was wrong. I think that was wrong. What is an island over there? So yeah, this honestly was a bit of an unsettling scene. Just the way that they were just so not on the same page at all. Like, she's here panicking, like, what's wrong? This is, or what's going on? This is so wrong. That's not how everything's supposed to be. Then they're all just calm, cool, and collected, like, what's the problem, Paulina? That's home. That's the planet we come from, right? So just the very clear disconnect we had here, it was just really, just led to a very kind of tense scene. What's Earth? And then that big drop. What's Earth? I must have just assumed we were on Earth at some point, because that's usually an assumption you make. I mean, it's not always the case in sci-fi. Sometimes you do abandon the Earth and go somewhere else, but I don't think they made any mention of that in this show, you know? So, but there's only a 12-year difference between them, which means in 12 years, we left Earth and now we're on planet Astra? Or did we just reshape the planet and... Because it looks a lot like Earth. It looks too much like Earth to not be based on Earth, right? But they seem to be just confused about the word Earth in general. Like, so if they don't even know the word Earth, then it wouldn't be a matter of just leaving it and going somewhere else. It would be more of changing it, right? Somehow? Something like it just change continents around? I don't know. I'm really not sure what to make of this. Because that seems silly, but... This is... Yeah, this poor woman. She just gotta feel crazy over there. Man, this scene was just so well done. I'm just kind of watching it here again, and it's just... Yeah, just the zoom-ins, the focuses, the... everything. It just... Man, the suspense was just so well delivered here. And then the final reveal, Planet Astra, a partial title drop, Kanata no Astra. Is it his planet, like his father's planet? Like, I don't know, really not sure what to make of that. Like, because either they changed the planet, or they left their Earth and went to a different one. Those are the only two options, right? But I don't know how they could change the planet. So, I don't know, I feel like I'm flip-flopping back and forth on which one I think those two, which it is. Because... Oh man, I don't know. I don't know what more I could say about that, but just Revelations. I could not think of a better name for the episode because this was a roller coaster. I mean, this whole friggin' show is a roller coaster. So yeah, I think that's all I really got to say on it. This show hit me with a lot this episode, and I'm still trying to process a lot of it, but just. These poor children, like, that's all I can really say. Just, I don't know where we're gonna go from here. I don't know if for the rest of the show will be kind of focused on the revenge or what, but yeah, just, this was an experience, that's for sure. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.